Music has always been an integral part of my life. Whether it was listening to Pink Floyd on the now outdated iPod, attending a live show, or performing live myself, music has long meant a great deal to me like it has for so many others. For years, I had gone from practicing the guitar and piano as a hobby to eventually joining up with a band and writing songs. By the time I graduated high school in 2015, it had become my life. So, after working for a few years and taking music classes at Bunker Hill Community College, I decided to move to Los Angeles in the summer of 2019, intent on starting a career as a musician. As that summer went by and I soaked up the beauty of Southern California, I was faced with an unforeseen challenge that not only redefined my relationship with music, but led me to the career path and person I am today. Music is a fiercely competitive industry. Many people assume that when I was moving to LA, I wanted to be famous or the next Ed Sheeran, when in reality, my goal was to make a living as a musician and nothing more. I was fortunate to have a cousin who managed a recording studio in LA, and I lived with him in his West Hollywood apartment during my time there. I spent the summer writing, practicing, and networking with other musicians, and for the first few weeks, all was going well. I had secured a job at a golf course to support myself, and it seemed that the move to LA was the right decision. However, as the summer went on, I began to discover a profound truth about my relationship to music. It wasn't until around the midpoint of summer that I had met a lifelong musician who worked with many famous artists, both in the studio and on tour, and he told me that I needed to be willing to compromise much of my other personal goals to get where he is. He had no kids, no wife, and spent the vast majority of his career on the road. He said that as a 20 something it had been a dream come true, but now pushing 40, he wanted to settle down but felt it was too late. The aging musician told me to think hard about what I wanted out of life and outside of music, and at the time it felt like a disheartening choice to let go of my devotion to music as a career, but ultimately it was the right call. I enjoyed the rest of my summer in California before moving back to my hometown of Boston and eventually landed a job in finance. I am now a few semesters away from graduating and couldn't be happier. I still perform at open mics and small shows, write some new material every now and then, and have undertaken a more casual approach to music. I see it as a passionate hobby now instead of a make or break career. For myself, this was an invaluable experience in trying something, deciding it wasn't for me, and going back to the proverbial drawing board of what I wanted to do with my life. If there is any one lesson to take away from my experience in Los Angeles, it is this: use your 20s to try different things out, move to New York or LA, and be unafraid to fail at something. Life certainly has a way of falling into place.